Welcome everyone to this session. Today we are going to discuss interior point of a set. So we are talking about interior point of a set. Interior point of a set. First of all, we have to understand what is an interior point of a set, or we have to define the interior point of a set. So first of all, we take definition of interior set. Let S is a subset of R. S is a subset of R, where R is set of real numbers. Then a number which is called X naught, and it belongs to the set S, is called or is said to be an interior point, of S if S is a neighborhood of X naught. If X0 belongs to S, then it is said to be an interior point of S if S, where S is a subset of R, set of real number, is neighborhood of X naught. That is, we can say that there exists epsilon greater than 0 such that an open interval around x naught, that is x naught minus epsilon to x naught plus epsilon, or we can say that it is an open interval or a neighborhood of x naught, such that this neighborhood completely contained in the set S. If this neighborhood completely contained in S, then X naught is said to be an interior point of S. Here, two things are very much important. X0 must belongs to this set S. Also, neighborhood around X naught, that is X naught minus epsilon, X naught plus epsilon, also must be belong to S. If X naught satisfy these two conditions, then X naught will be called an interior point of S. These two are must for interior point. Must for interior point. That is, X naught lie on S. Also, its neighborhood lies on the set S. Then X naught will be called interior point. Now we are taking an example on the interior point of a set. We can take an example and then find out the interior point of a set. Example 1, let a set S which is an open interval. So we are trying to find out the interior point of this set. We draw real line. On this real line, this interval is situated this point A and this point B. Now, if we take a point from this set, we will have to take the point from this set by definition of interior point. This point must belong to S. Suppose it is a point denoted by x naught, and it is an arbitrary point of this open interval. So the first condition is satisfied, x naught belongs to S. Now we are going to check the second condition will fulfill or not. If we make an open interval or a neighborhood around x naught, we see that here is open set like such. So it is clear that all the points of this neighborhood are belonging to this open interval A2. So we can say that it satisfies the second condition, x naught minus epsilon, x naught plus epsilon, completely contained in the set S. So we can say that x naught is an interior point of S. Since x naught is an arbitrary element of this open interval, so we can say that every point of this interval will be an interior point of this set. So we can easily say that all interior point of this set will be an open interval which is AB. The set of all interior point is called the interior of the set. That is why the set of all interior point of a set S is called the interior of S, and it is denoted by interior of S or S naught. So we see here the set of all interior point of this set actually itself. All the points in between A and B are the interior point of this set. So the set of all interior point, interior of S or S naught equal to itself, that is AB. Interior of the set S, open interval is itself. Here we can also say that any open interval is the set of all interior point of this interval. That is, every point of an open interval is an interior point of this set. It is an important characteristic of the set of all interior point of a set. So we have got a characteristic of interior of A is every point of an open interval AB is an interior point of AB. That is why if S equal open interval AB, then the set of all interior points that is S naught equal to AB. Now we are going to check whether the endpoint A and B will be interior point of this set or not. Follow, dear student. If we take a neighborhood around A, so we get such type of neighborhood. And it is clear that this neighborhood contains all these points. Of them, half of these points are included in this interval, but half of these points which are situated left side A are not included in this interval. So this A minus epsilon to F plus epsilon does not contain in R. So we can say that A will not be an interior point of this set. Similarly, B is also not an interior point of this set. So these 2 points are out of this interior point, the set of interior points. Now we are taking another example, example 2. Let A equal to a closed interval 2 to 5. Now we are going to find out the set of all interior point of this set, that is interior of A. Here also we can draw a real line, and let this indicates the respective intervals 2 to 5. Similarly, if we observe this set, then we can say that every point in between 2 and 5 will be an interior point of this set. Because if we demark this point by x dot, and if we draw an interval around this, so we can say that this interval contained completely in S. So every point in between 2 and 5 will be an interior point of S. So we can say that we can say that 2 to 5 are interior points of S equal to closed interval A. Now we are going to check whether these two endpoints or boundary points will be interior point of S or not, A or not. If we take x not equal to 5, then the first condition is satisfied that x not equal to 5 belongs to this set as A. First condition is satisfied. The second condition is that x naught minus 5 to x naught plus 5 equal to, x naught minus epsilon to x naught plus epsilon, which is 5 minus epsilon to 5 plus epsilon. We see that this interval is like such. That is, half of this interval contained in A. But this point on the right position of 5 are not contained in this set A. So we can say that 5 is not an interior point of this set. Similarly, 2 is not an interior point of this set A. So we are here. Actually, interior point of A, we can say that 2 to 5 are interior point of the set A equal to 2 to 5. So we are here, that is all interior point of A, that is A naught equal to open interval 2 to 5. So it is an important information that every open interval contains the interior point, and it is the every point of an open interval is an interior point of this interval. But every point of a closed interval will not be an interior point of this closed set. The interior point of this closed sets are also in between point 2 and 5. That is, this set exclude the point 2 and 5. So we can say that any closed interval interior point are the open interval. And similar thing is applicable for open closed interval and closed open interval. The set of all interior point of this set are open interval. Also, open interior set of all interior points are 2 to 5 open interval. So every interval has interior points, and this is an open interval. So we have got another property. Every point of the open interval AB are points of are the interior points of the intervals open interval AB, and also closed interval AB, and also open closed interval AB, and also closed open interval AB. Interior point of these intervals will an open interval AB. That is, we can say that the set of interior points equal to AB. The set of this closed interval is AB. Also, the open closed interval, the set of interior points of this set open closed equal to AB. Also closed open interval, closed open interval, the interior of closed open interval also AB. All the set of interior points of this interval is single, it is an open interval A. Now we are going to work on the interior point of set of real number. Interior point of set of real numbers are. If we draw the real line and take any point from this real line and we make an interval or a neighborhood x naught minus epsilon to x naught plus epsilon. So we will see that this interval or this neighborhood or this open set completely belonging to R. Also x naught belongs to R. So it is completely contained R. So we can say that any real number is an interior point of a set of real number. That is, the set of all interior point of R are not equal to itself R. The set of all interior point of the set of real number, that is interior of R or R not equal to the set of real number R. Now we check the interior point of set of natural number, n. This is a real line and it contains all points of natural number, and it is from 1, 2, 3 and so on. Like the forward points, that's why the closed for set of natural number. Now, if we take any number from this set, suppose this is 2, x naught equal to 2, and we make an interval or neighborhood around 2, so we see that this interval does not contain n, and because there are many points, left set of 2 and right set 2, they are contained in this interval, but they are not element of n. So none of this element of this set will be an interior point of this set. And if we take a point from outside of this set, suppose this is a point which is x naught equal to 3.5. So we clearly see that this point does not belong to this set, but interior point must be belonging to this set. So we can easily say that this point will be an interior point of n. So we have nothing for interior point of this set natural number. So the set of all interior point of set natural number is equal to empty set, and it is true also for the set of integers. It is also null set. These are null set. We are going to discuss the interior point about the set of rational number and set of irrational number. Suppose these are set of real numbers, and here it indicates a set of rational number, and it indicates irrational number T complement. Now, if we take a point from the set of rational number, say it is x naught. So the first condition is satisfied for interior point, as because x naught belongs to the set of rational number Q. Now, if we check an interval around this point, it is x naught minus epsilon to x naught plus epsilon. We know that every interval contains infinite number of rational number as well as infinite number of irrational number. So, neighborhood of X0 contains an infinite number of irrational number, which are not included in this set, the set of rational number. So, we can say that this interval does not contain in completely Q. That is why any number of the set of rational number will not be an interior point of this set. It like such, if we make a neighborhood around x0, it like such. So if this neighborhood contains infinite number of rational number, also infinite number of irrational number. That is why this interval does not contain in the set Q, the set of rational number. That is why any number of the set of rational number will not be an interior point of this set. So the set of interior point of Q, that is Q not equal to empty set. Now we take a point from the set of irrational number, which is complement of Q. So we have to get a point from the outside of Q. Suppose it is x1. If we consider this point from the set of irrational number, so it is also satisfied the first condition that x1 belongs to Q complement. Now if we draw an neighborhood around this, that is x1 minus epsilon to x1 plus epsilon. Similar word is applicable for this, like this. This interval or neighborhood contains infinite number of rational number. That is, it is like such. The neighborhood of x1 contains infinite number of rational number and infinite number of irrational number. So this neighborhood does not contain in or is not contained in a set of irrational number. That is why x1 cannot be an interior point of Q complement, that is set of irrational number. And similar word is applicable for any point of QC. So none of the point of Q complement is an interior point of this set Q complement. That is also interior of Q complement equal to null set. Both the sets have no interior point. Let us take an example on finite set. We will see what will be happen for the interior point of finite set. Let A is a finite set which contains 1, 2, 3. So we plot their position on the line are 1, 2, and 3. As because an interior point should be belonging to the respective set, so we have to take a point from this set. Suppose a point is 1, which is x0. So the first condition is satisfied for an interior point. The second condition was we have to make a neighborhood around this. So we make an interval of neighborhood around 1. We have got 1 minus epsilon to 1 plus epsilon. We clearly see that many number of points in this interval which are not included in this set. Only one contained in this set. All other points are excluded in this set. So none of these points will be interior point of this set. So we can say that any finite set have no interior point. Therefore, interior of A equal to null set. And it is an important characteristic. Any finite set which is non-empty. The set should be non-empty. Finite set should be, in this case, non-empty. Any finite set which is non-empty has no interior point. No interior point. This is an important characteristics of finite set as well as for interior point of the finite set. We saw here from the previous example, for A equal to open interval AB, then the settable interior point AB equal to AB. And also for closed interval, the interior point, the settable interior point will be same interval, open interval AB. So from this, we can come to a conclusion that the interior of A or A naught will be subset of A. The settable interior point of a set is a subset of A. It is an important character for the settable interior point of a set. Here also, one thing is important. The settable interior point of A, that is A naught, is completely itself. Here, the in between point of A except A and B. So we can say that the set of all interior point, that is interior of a set, is the largest set of this, or largest open set of this set. So we are going to prove this theorem. The set of all interior point is the largest open set belonging to A. We are going to prove this theorem. Yes, then our theorem is like such. The set of all interior points of A or limited by interior of A or A naught is the largest open interval belonging to A. We will try to prove this theorem under some logic. Let B is a subset of A, where B is an open set. B is an open set. Here B is an open set. Here B is an open set. It implies that P is a neighborhood of X. Let B is a subset of A, where B is an open set, and B is an open set implies that B is neighborhood of X, and this implies that A is a neighborhood of S, as because B is a subset of A. This implies that A is a neighborhood of X, as because B is a subset of A. This implies that A is a neighborhood of X implies that X belongs to interior of A. By the definition of the set of interior point, we can say that since A is neighborhood of X, then X belongs to interior of A. By definition of A, interior of A. Now we can say that B is a neighborhood of X, that is here X belongs to B. So we say that X belongs to B implies that X belongs to interior of A. So we can easily say that B is a subset of A interior. So B is a subset of interior. Where B is a subset of interior of A. Follow the student. Here B is an arbitrary open set of A, which is subset of A. B is an arbitrary open set, which is subset of A. So we can say that every open set belonging to A is a subset of interior of A. Every open set, that is B, belonging to A belonging to a subset of interior of A. So hence we took the theorem, and A0 is the largest open interval belonging to A. Therefore, interior of A is the largest open interval belonging to A, and the theorem is proved. So dear students, this was my today's discussion on interior point. thanking you very much.